Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all. I wanted to make this video just to answer this gentleman here. First of all, when I answer somebody, please don't take me wrong. I am not putting you down. You are wrong, no problem. You see? But it's my duty to correct you. We have this gentleman here, Daniel. I'm assuming he's a Christian. May the Lord bless you and Merry Christmas. All right? So don't be offended with my answer. I'm a person who don't take a side of a person. I take the side of the truth. He said, Christian friends don't mix things up. First quote, Luke 19:27. It was a parable of Jesus. And this is, by the way, regarding this video here, which I am answering Abdul, who is trying to quote this verse from the Bible. All right, his name is Wa'il Ibrahim. This is the video, you can watch it. So he's saying, don't mix things up. This was a parable of Jesus. Parable is a simple story illustrating a moral or religion. Listen, he's copying from the dictionary now to educate us about what parable mean. A short, etc., etc. Okay. And it's not about Judgment Day. Here we go. The drama starts from here. It is just simple short story, parable which never true. What a shame of a Christian to say that. For illustration, read the whole Luke 19 and you guys will see. Alright. I'm assuming that when he say never true, it's mean there's no king and there's nobody slaughtered and there's nobody use a sword. Yeah, this is true. This is why it's called parable. But if it's not happening now, so what the point of the parable? Like, why Jesus is saying to us this story anyway? If it's going, it will never happen anyway. According to you, it's not true. So what the point? Unless it's about Judgment Day. Otherwise, this will be a funny cartoon story. There is no point of it. If it's not about Judgment Day, so you need to tell me this is about what? What the point now? What I learned? There's a king and there's his servants or his people who refuse him, who say we don't want you, you'll be king, etc. And then he said, bring them in front of me and slay them. And so what we learn? If it's not going to happen, it's not a true story, and it's not going to be in the Judgment Day. So what the point? You see how naive you are? Jesus is not a fool Lord who speak to us foolishness. Everything he said to us, it is a parable, which means you learn from it something. To learn what? I will quote it from your quotation. It is a moral or religious lesson. So what is the lesson from this? What we got from this lesson? What the point? If it's not going to happen now, it's not going to happen later, and it's not going to happen in the judgment day. So what the point of it? Very naive of you to say such a thing. The fact all the parables of Jesus is about salvation, which means that they are about Judgment Day. It's about how you learn from this story to be saved, and you will not end like those who he will say to them, bring them in front of me and slay them. This is the whole point. He is telling you, you want to end like this? I am the king. Who is the king there, you think? Is that a cartoon story about a cartoon king? How do you claim to be a Christian? What's wrong with people? All the stories Jesus he gave in the Bible is about salvation, and it's about how you can save yourself and how you learn to live to be with him later, starting from now. Because a human being is simple, and Jesus, this is the beautiful thing about the Lord. When he speak his parables, you will see that each one of them can be understood by someone he is a person who have a PhD degree, or someone he is just a poor farmer. It doesn't matter really how educated you are, still you can understand the teaching of Christ easy. And this is why it is from God. He will not confuse you. So he gives you a very easy example to understand. And those examples simply is just to tell you how you can live today so you can survive tomorrow. Survive when? In the judgment day. All of them with no exception. Like the fig tree. What is the point of this tree? Do you think Jesus, he cared for a tree? Do you think Jesus, he cared for fig? You know, that's very naive. The example of it, that the tree doesn't give a fruit, is going to be cut out and is going to be thrown in the hellfire. That's all. So he's telling you, if you don't want to have a fruit, if you want to belong to me, you don't want to go to the hellfire, huh? You have to bear a fruit. For sure you will say to me, but I'm not a tree, I don't have branches. This is very naive of you to say. Because now you will say, this is about, you know, it's like about farming now. Here we go, Jesus became farmer. And he is telling us what to do with the trees and cut them. All his stories he is giving us is about salvation and about judgment. So please be smart. Don't be naive and speak like a kid. I don't know how old are you, but educate yourself before you know, think deeply. The Bible is not a Mickey Mouse magazine, and you think that this guy is just saying us stories, they are not real, and they are la la la, you know. No, everything there is real. Everything is real. You are the tree in this case. For sure you will say I'm not, right? You are the tree. If you don't bear fruit, you will be cut down. As simple as that. And it's real, and it's happening today. If you are today, you are not bearing fruit, time will come and you will be thrown in the garbage. The fire will eat you. So don't tell me this is not real. It's very naive, and it's very insulting actually for the Messiah to say such a thing. Because you are telling me that the Messiah is nothing but a fairy tale storytellers. A guy who tells us nice stories. No. Don't insult him. So I hope now this is clear. All the parables of the Messiah is to help you how to live today, and it is real. The tree is not a tree. The tree is you. The seed is not a seed. The seed is you. So don't be fooled and think you are smart when you say it's not real. And I love when he said the word sword. No, there is a sword. The Messiah in the real coming, he will not come as this first time he came. He will come as the King of Kings with the glory of his angels. And then those who were against him, they will pay. The time of mercy will be over. The merciful, amazing Messiah, the one you know how merciful he is, it's over now because it's too late. He gave you all the time you want. This is justice. It is time to pay. So what we will see trees who don't have fruits, they will be cut down one by one with no mercy. Because the purpose of your existence is to give a fruit, not to be a tree. Did you get the point? So if you think Jesus is telling you about farming and how to grow tomato and potato, you are absolutely funny and wrong and very naive. Now we go to the second comment in the video. We have this gentleman here. here, Mr. J. I am on your side, and I wanted to show you a video of a Muslim, but during a fact checking, I realize there is something is not completely true in your proof. Ahmad al-Tayyib, and this is the Azhar University Sheikh, is not a support of Islamic State. He is against it. And then he posts for me Wikipedia. Alright? Now, Mr. Wikipedia, I did not say in my video that he support them or not. But I assure you, every Muslim, he support ISIS in his heart. However, what I showed you is the following. If we go back to the video, remember, this guy, he cannot say I support ISIS because he will lose his job. He's a president. He is under threat by the Muslim Brotherhood and by ISIS and its sisters, let us say. Alright? So if we go back in the video to show, here we go, it says, the Azhar refuse to call Daesh or ISIS kuffar. This is what I'm talking about. Who care about if he support them or not? Obviously he do. Because how come he refused to call them not Muslims? Why he's calling them Muslims? Let us see how smart you are. If someone say, if someone, let us say, there is a guy, he is a child molester. He's a priest. He's a priest, he's a child molester. If you ask me, I will say he is no Christian. Let him go to hell. Do you agree with me, Christians? Christ, he said, it's better to put a milestone in your neck and throw yourself in the deep ocean better than harming a little child. So for sure, Jesus, he refused him. He's asking him to throw himself in the deep ocean before he showed himself to Jesus. This is how bad it is to harm a child, even though he's a priest. It doesn't matter really who's he. So when the Sheikh of Al-Azhar, he say, I cannot call those people not Muslims, which mean kuffar. They are Muslims. He says, I cannot call them kuffar. Okay, well, hold on. What do you mean? You cannot call them kuffar. You know what kuffar mean? If someone don't practice Islam, if you stop praying, if you stop paying zakat, if you stop fasting, whatever Muhammad he said, then you are a kafir. So obviously he is saying they are perfect Muslims. As simple as that. Otherwise he will call them kuffar. So it's very naive of you to say that he don't support them. The fact he is supporting them by saying that he's encouraging the Muslims. No, they are Muslims. People, they say to you they are not Muslims. False. They are Muslims. Because the Muslim is the one who practices Islam. The second you go out of Islam, you are no Muslim no more. If they are out of Islam, like how many people we heard saying ISIS are not Muslims. Even this guy, the Abdul, we are making the video about, he's trying to convince us that, you know, Nabil Qurashi is making a lie about ISIS, saying that they are Muslims, but they are not.
Yeah, what can insult my most important religious figure and role model, and they tell me I love you?
Really?
I don't believe you anymore, Nabil.
Oh, no.
I feel that your love is so fake, and it's a very cheap approach to win some converts. Because in that way,
you know, just to show you how hypocrite those Muslims.
Let us move just the video.
Let us take it, it's okay.
ISIS, as if they are his best friends. He asked the question, are they Muslims? And then he answered right away, yes. So Muhammad most certainly did.
See? So he's trying to prove to you that ISIS are not Muslims. Who is lying here? Him or the Sheikh of Al-Azhar who says ISIS are not kuffar, which means they are Muslims? We cannot call them kuffar, they are Muslims. So don't be naive and say I find that what you said is not true. It's very true. And I did not need to say that you support ISIS by making you saying it. As long as you agree that they are Muslims, then they are Muslims. Those who make videos in English like this guy, those are practicing taqiyya. This is nothing but taqiyya. You think a Muslim, he will be truthful and he will say, you know, he live abroad and he will say, you know what, yeah, we sponsor ISIS. He will be kicked out from the place he is in 5 minutes. Those people, they are practicing taqiyya. Otherwise, what it does mean to say ISIS are not Muslims? Why? Give me a reason. Why ISIS are not Muslims? If the highest authority, this guy is an Egyptian, he is a potato from Egypt, and that guy we showed you his picture, the Imam, he is the highest authority in Egypt of knowledge, of scholarship. How come this guy, he will say ISIS are not Muslims, but the master of his teacher, he say no, they are? Which of them is lying? Oh, for sure this guy is a liar. This is nothing but a propaganda machine to fool the naive one, to make you believe that there's many Muslims are against ISIS. The fact they are not. The only one is against ISIS, I will tell you who, is the one who is not Sunni. Not Sunni. Because ISIS will kill them anyway. For them, even if you are a Muslim and you are Shia, or you are Druze, or you are Alawi, or you are Ahmadiyya, or etc., you know, the list is long. You are a target to be killed. You are not a Muslim for them. Anyone is not following the Prophet Muhammad as a Sunni, as a Sunnah. They call themselves Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah. I call them Ahlul Sunnah wal Majah. For those who speak Arabic, they know what I'm saying. If you don't belong to this group, then you will be killed. For ISIS, this guy is a good guy, even though he is saying ISIS are not Muslims. They understand. They will never target him and they will never kill him. Unless he do something against their movement. Then they will go for it. He is a Muslim Sunni. He is accepted by them. He is a true Muslim. And they understand what he is doing here is for the sake of propaganda, to fool the naive American and the naive Western. And you cannot imagine how many they are. They are all over. So don't fool yourself with those comments and tell me, well, I check your comment and you know, this guy, the Azhari Sheikh, he is not really supporting ISIS. I did not say he support ISIS anyway in my video. I says, how come he refused to call them kuffar? And the reason he don't call them kuffar, because he support them as Muslims. As simple as that. You know, ISIS is coming from where anyway? If Muslims don't believe in ISIS, there's no ISIS. ISIS present the truthful, religious, Islamic figures. Anyone saying this is not true is a fool. This is why you will see, you know, all you know, somebody will say to me, I heard the Sheikh, he's saying something against ISIS. All those, they are paid by the royal family of Saudi Arabia. Everybody, you see in Islam, everybody work for somebody. But everybody knows at the same time that those are not authentic. People don't listen to them anyway. They have no value. You see, the second you start speaking against Al-Qaeda and against ISIS, Muslims, they consider you trash. If you are a Muslim. If you mean it. And usually those who do that, they have no, let us say, in the street, nobody listens to them. Because simply they speak for the government. They call them the pigs of the government. Those who praise the king for whatever he do, those are not the one they listen to. The one they listen to is the ones who speak the truth about Islam. The more truthful you are, the more the Muslims, they follow you. The less truthful you are, or I'm saying truthful about saying Islam as it is, not making up stories. Somebody will say to me, how come the king of Saudi Arabia, he listed the ISIS as terrorist groups? For sure, because they are trying to take his kingdom. This guy is afraid he will lose everything, him and his family. But you will never see ISIS threaten Qatar. You know, they support Qatar, and Qatar support them. Actually, most of the arms is coming and the money is coming from Qatar for Al-Qaeda and for ISIS. Qatar pay, Turkey deliver. It's not a secret. And Erdogan and his son is #1 buyers for oil which is stolen from Iraq and Syria. It's a big business. And their dream is to establish an Islamic Sunni empire, goes all the way from Qatar all the way to Syria, and they can control the whole Middle East, and they go all the way to Libya and Egypt. And that is called the empire of the Muslim Brotherhood. And until now they are working in this empire. Sooner or later ISIS will go, and then they will say, we need to find, with those stupid American leaders and European, they will say, we need to find a moderate Muslims. Who is the moderate Muslims? Guess what? It is the Muslim Brotherhood. The Muslim Brotherhood, it's for their benefit that ISIS exists, because they are going to be the best replacement. And then they will create a state all the way. They will divide Iraq. You will see they are working hard to divide Iraq. They want to establish states, one for the Kurdish, one for the Sunni, and one for the Shia. And that will make Iraq potato tomato, very small, very tiny, very weak. And then the Sunni, they will be ruled by the Muslim Brotherhood. Same for Syria, same for Jordan, same for Egypt, same for Libya, same for Tunisia. And that will create a huge, connected to Turkey, remember, because Turkey right now is ruled by Muslim Brotherhood, and that will create a huge empire, goes all the way from the borders of Europe, with, through Turkey, all the way covering all of North Africa. They will control the Mediterranean, as simple as that. And the black flag will be raised under the Muslim Brotherhood rules. This is the dream of Obama, and this is the dream of Erdogan, and this is the dream of every Muslim, and they are working hard to make it, but they are not getting lucky yet, because Russia is working against it, Shia are working against it, Christians in the Middle East are working against it, and there is many reasons for this dream will not come true, unless the stupid Western leaders, they involve in a military action to do it and to make it happen. And then the Islamic State for real will be established. Until now there is no Islamic State as we speak. But the Western, they are working to establish Islamic State, which is ruled by Sharia law and the flag of Islam in the top of it. And Erdogan, he dreamed to be the emperor of this state. That is the dream. And people don't see it. Anyway, I hope I did answer all the questions. I will see you soon. And by the way, don't forget, if you like what we do, if you enjoy our education, to read our books, or my book, I mean, The Deception of Allah is going to be a good gift for Christmas. If you like to support what we do, you can send them to your friends or read them. It's up to you. I believe it's a very good gift and full of information and education. You can read the review. And my second book, which is new, it's called Quran and Science in Depth. It's in Kindle and paperback. It's up to you how you buy it. But for me, actually, I like the paperback more, because it's easy to return back to it and you can have it in the shelf. And if you give it as a gift, actually the best gift to give is a book, because a book stay forever. I come to your house 20 years from now and you say, remember this book? You gave it to me. So it's very nice, and you can books can move generation to generation, especially if you are a person who take care of them. You read them and you put them like in a good condition. You keep them from dirt and from being destroyed. So feel free to read my books. Now yesterday some friends, they asked me how they can send donation if they like to do so. Usually I don't really take donation, but that can help us in improve our mission by softwares, etc., and maybe more. So if you like to help, you can go to the website of Brother Osama Daktok. His ministry is called the Straight Way of Grace Ministry, and simply you can go to contact us, or donation, sorry, here we go, donation. And when you make a donation, you can make a note that this is for who. You know, let's say whatever donation you want to make, you make a note that this is for Christian Prince. Or you can make it by sending a check, and don't forget to, to mention that this is for Christian Prince. So if you send anything, you have to mention that this is for Christian Prince, otherwise I will not be able to know about it. Maybe we can improve, we can have a better software to improve our videos and more, there's many things you can do if you have really people who they can support your videos. And actually, if there's they have good skills in making a graphic, like, you see Muslim videos are really good, you can tell they are spending good money in it. If anyone would like to help, let me know if you have a good ideas to improve our videos and the way we do them. And by this I say thank you, God bless you, and Merry Christmas. Thanks.